Welcome to my Final Fantasy TCG YouTube channel. I'm new, so we'll see how this goes. I've seen a lot of Final Fantasy TCG online that shows people playing the game as you're seeing here, but I don't see a lot of commentary on what's going on, and I thought that would really add value. So hopefully that you find this as useful as I think it will be, and we'll see how it goes. So each player rolled to see who goes first. Looks like the Avalanche player on the right got the first go. It's going to be Avalanche versus Guardians. And it looks like neither player is going to choose to mulligan, and that's correct. It looks like Avalanche player is drawing one card per turn. On the first turn, you only draw one card. And let's see what he chooses to play here. He goes for the box topper legend Aerith from Opus 16, Emissaries of Light. This Aerith gives all other forwards except herself 2,000 power as a field ability. And the Guardians player plays Artemisian. That's an older card, but it's still a goodie. It lets you recycle cards from your hand back into your deck. You can choose as many as you want. Looks like he's choosing 2 cards. And then you get to draw that many cards off the top of your deck. Yes, you did go with 2 cards. And with 5 cards in hand, he is... Oh, choosing to pass turn. Back to Avalanche. Avalanche player is choosing his options carefully here. See what he's going to do with no forwards opposing him right now. Pays 4 CP for Japal. Japal has the ability when you form a party, he gives the forwards forming a party 5,000 power and brave. So that can be a real party power move. He chooses to swing with Aerith, and the Guardians player takes a damage point of Leviathan in the damage zone. Hope he's got another one of those. That's a very powerful card. So he chooses to play a backup green mage. He forgot to activate his Artemisian at the beginning of turn, so he activated it there. And then he also plays Rem, and Rem, when she comes to the field, it lets you activate another card. And when those, and then he pays 2 to play Auron. With Auron on the field, he forces your opponent to choose him with all their summons and abilities. And at damage 1, he doesn't have any bonuses, so he's only a 4K body. And Avalanche chooses to play Zangan, which lets him search for a Tifa. See what Tifa he has in store for him here. Ah, he's got the pre-release multi-element Tifa. So that pre-release card from Opus 14 is pretty valuable. I believe that it is a good card. The Opus 11 Tifa probably is better, but they're both good choices. Ooh, look at that shuffle. Ooh. I don't recommend shuffling your cards in that way. It can break sleeves. The cards are probably fine, but the sleeves are going to get destroyed. So the side shuffle is definitely preferred. All right, offers a cut. And let's see what he does with that Tifa in hand now. Oh, he's going to swing in with Aerith and Japal, because Auron is too weak to block without dying. So he takes him to damage 3. But now at damage 3, Auron gets a boost. his damage 3 ability is gain 3,000 power, so that puts him up to a 7k. Here he is, Guardians, figuring out what he's going to do here. He's going to pay, it looks like 2 CP. 4 CP. Oh, for Yuna, maybe not. Hold on, just thinking about it still. And he does go for it. So there is Yuna. Yuna gives you the choice of either playing a Guardian of cost 2 or less from your break zone to the field, or activating all your backups. And it looks like there are no Guardians of cost 2 or less in the break zone, so he just activated backups. And then paid 3 to play Althea. Althea, when she comes to the field, you can activate one character, and choose to activate the Green Mage. Avalanche has no blockers, so Auron could come in for a hit here. And Yuna gives, at damage 3, which he does have, at damage 3, Yuna gives all Guardians 2,000 power as well. So Auron is now at 9,000. And he did swing in, and Avalanche took a damage point, which was, you can't really see it now, but as it swung over, it looked like Amaterasu into the damage zone. And he plays Noctis. This is the box topper from Opus 15. Actually, it looks like that's the regular version. But he, when you do a party attack, which looks like they're doing, he gets to choose one of 5 options. And it's draw a card, duel and freeze one character your opponent controls, do 8,000 damage to a forward, give Noctis haste, and there's one more option that I never remember what it is, but you can tell me in the comments. So they're doing a party attack, and Japal, because of his ability, he gives everyone Brave that does a party attack, so they don't have to duel those characters. So he chooses Noctis's ability of draw a card, and then Guardians takes another damage point, down to 4 damage now. And it passes turn. Guardians draws. And there's the activate phase. Let's see what he's going to do in response to this Noctis on the field. That can be dangerous if he leaves him out too long. Plays a Sealdra. Sealdra lets you search for either 2 water characters or 2 category 5 characters, or one of each, both of different cost, and put them in your hand. So it looks like he's grabbing a Waka. Looks like cost 2, water character. And I can't tell what the other character is that he's going for there. Right at the edge of the screen. And he picked that character up. Maybe he's choosing a different one now. All right, he's made his choices and offers the cut. All right, so he probably needed that to get Waka in his hand. Waka is a very important key to this deck. Let's see if he plays him this turn or chooses to wait and reactivate his CP for next turn. His backups. We're still seeing what he's going to do here. And he chooses to pass turn. It's probably smart not to dole down Auron there, even though he probably wouldn't have got blocked, because he has 4 damage, so probably want that blocker up just in case he tries to come in for the win next turn. Although realistically, when they party attack from the Avalanche side, they could just dull and freeze Oron, so it wouldn't matter if he was dulled or not. But that might not be the choice he selects either. So he's doing a party attack with three group party, and when you party with 3 or more, Noctis gets to choose 2 of his partying abilities. So let's see what he chooses. Now, if he does choose to attack or do damage to Oron, it would only do 8,000, and he's a 9, so he didn't choose that. He chose to draw a card, and he chose to dull and freeze Oron. And the Guardians player takes the damage point. And he's going to main phase 2. He's going to play Cloud. Ooh. There's the Opus 14 Cloud that everyone wants. At least I do. So when he's on the field, he gets 2,000 power if your opponent controls a forward. So he is a 10k. And when he attacks, he can force an opponent's forward to block. Actually, it is listed as any forward. You could choose your own forwards to block, but that would be silly. But it may make sense not to force your opponent to block if you want to hit him for damage. All right, here comes Waka on the Guardians side. So when Waka comes to the field, he gets 1 counter. And when any other Category 10 enters the field, he gets another counter. So let's see if he's going to try to maximize this here. He's got Titus. Titus comes to the field, is reduced by 1 for every Category 10 forward you control. He controls 3 Category 10 forwards, and so he became free to come to the field for nothing. So that gives Waka a free counter. And when Titus comes to the field, he should have a search ability. And it looks like he's not noticing that there's a search ability here. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's playing Kamari for another counter for Waka. Kamari is reduced by 1 for every Guardian you control. So he controls Titus, Waka, and Oron, which are all Guardians. Yuna is not. So he's reduced by 3. His original cost is 6. He had to pay 3 to put him on the field. And Kamari, Waka just removed 3 counters and chose to select Cloud to break. You can remove 3 counters from Waka and use his special ability. His special ability is choose 1 forward, remove all abilities, and then break it. And it looks like the Avalanche player tried to discard Mist Dragon to use Cloud's ability, but that doesn't work because you have to discard a Category 7 to protect him, and he does not, either chooses not to or doesn't have any Category 7s in his hand. So Waka's ability does go through. Cloud breaks. And looks like he remembered that Titus, when he comes to the field, gets a search ability. So he's going to search for either a card named Jekt Waka or Yuna. See what he picks. He picked a Waka. Maybe he wants to activate Waka's special again. After breaking Cloud, there could be another option. Because you can activate it discarding a Waka and paying 1 water, or by using 3 counters. So, let's see what happens here. He's got 5 forwards on the field now, but only 1 could attack. It would be Yuna, which probably wouldn't be a good move at this point, because she doesn't have any bonuses. She gives other cards bonuses. So every other card on the field that's not Yuna has a 2k bonus because of Yuna's ability. Oron gets 3 extra for his own ability. And then Kamari protects all the job Guardians from being selected from card abilities, and it protects all Category 10s, which would be all the forwards, from summons. So there's a lot of protection going on here. See if he's able to get around it somehow. All right, this Avalanche player, he's got to have something in his pocket to figure out a way around Kamari and Oron's protection abilities. Let's see what he got. Here he goes to draw. Looking at the protection sitting there on the Guardian side. So Auron must be selected, but Kamari says Auron can't be selected. Kamari has to be selected. Well, it doesn't have to be. Just Auron can't be selected. So, let's see what he does here. Looks like he's discarding 6. Oh, there it is. Susano. Susano is a board wipe, potentially. Let's see if there's a response here. I don't think there's an Amaterasu in the Guardians deck, because that's not the right color. Yeah, I don't think he has any response to that. Let's see what happens here. So, Susano, when he comes to the field, if you put one of your backups in the break zone, then he does 9k damage to all forwards, including your own, except Susano. So, let's see what the Guardians player is considering here. He's paying 1. Nope. Oh, he's using Althea's ability to return herself and a forward to his hand. And he's activating Waka's special by discarding that Waka card and a water. See who he chooses to break. Would make sense to choose Susano because everything else is pretty much going to be dead. So Susano does activate his ability and all forwards die because they all take 9,000 damage, and Susano was broken because of Waka's ability. That's a true board wipe right there. Oh, and those cards are removed from game, not put in the break zone. And turn switch. Let's see if Guardians can recover from that board wipe. Let's see. 1, 2, 4 CP. For Yuna, they return to hand. Very nice. So Yuna, when you're at 5 damage, which he is, you get to activate both of her abilities. It's activate all your backups and play a Job Guardian of cost 2 or less from your break zone to the field. So he chooses to play Waka to the field, gets a counter on Waka for coming to the field. Let's see what else he's got. He's planning on here. He's got 3 available CP in his backups. There's 1. He played Titus for 1. He's reduced by 1 for each Guardian on the field. He had 2, so he still cost 1 to play. And he's paying 4 for Sin. Sin, the Wind Sin, it's during your opponent's turn. They cannot activate action abilities. Is his field ability that he has. And also you can pay 4 wind to cancel an auto ability. But that gives Waka 3 counters. Ooh, and they missed Titus's search ability this time, the turn switch, so he's not going to be able to go back and do it. Looks like Avalanche player is playing Marlene. Grab one of 4 card names out of the break zone. I believe he grabbed Cloud there, but I couldn't quite tell. Pretty much as soon as he plays a forward, Waka's probably going to break it. So we'll see what happens here. Oh, and he passes turn. Okay. He's facing 4 forwards with no forwards. So he's going to take a lot of damage this turn, most likely. Let's see. He's going to pay 2, 4 for Lakshmi. Lakshmi at the end of your turn allows you to draw a card. So he's going to attack. Taking some damage here. With Sin, Yuna. There's a Barrett going to the damage zone. Looks like Biggs. And there's another attack from Titus for Wedge. Alright. And he passes turn, and Guardians player forgets to draw his card at the end of turn for Lakshmi's ability. Two, 4, 6 discard to play Susano. A second Susano. Oh man. Waka's going to respond and break Susano. But Susano's ability is already on the stack, so he's still going to be able to do a board wipe here. He's looking at Green Mage. Green Mage can cancel an action ability, but Susano's is an auto ability, so that won't work. All right, looks like they're all gone. Wow, board wipe. 5 guys out, removed from game. Ouch. Okay, let's see if Guardians can recover from that hit. Paying 3 for Pain. Pain lets you search for Yuna or Riku card name. So if he's got a Yuna in there, that's probably what he's going to choose. And there it is. Yes, there's the Yuna. And he passes turn. And he offers the cut after the search. And the Avalanche player just passed turn immediately and lets Guardians go again because he had nothing from his draw and he has nothing on the field. So it's a hard place to be later in the game. We've got 2 CP to play. What is that? Oh, Alexander Summon. Activate 1 backup and draw a card. So netting 1 CP there. And then paying 4, it looks like. To play Yuna. When Yuna comes to the field, since he's at 5 damage, he gets to activate both her abilities. Activate all the backups, which just happened, and play a cost 2 or less Guardian from your break zone to the field. And there's Auron, forcing the Avalanche player to choose him with summons and abilities. And he comes in with Pain for the free hit and 6th damage point. Avalanche has to put some forwards up or do another board wipe somehow to recover here. Let's see if he's able to find something that'll work. Let's see, only 4 cards in hand and nothing on the field. It's going to be tough. Let's see what he's got going on here. If he pulled a Susano, he would be able to play him, but he wouldn't be able to activate his ability with no backup on the field. So that still wouldn't help in this situation. Wonder if he's got multiple Avalanche Operatives that are 2 cost. He could play 2 of them. If they were strong enough, they could survive one of those hits. But it would have to be something that's an 8K or higher. One of them would have to be 8K or higher, which Avalanche Operatives are all 7. So, that's tough. Even the Barret wouldn't save him here. The dual element Barret. He plays the Mist Dragon. Going for the Mist Dragon to remove the break zone, eliminate recursion, and give himself a card. He's hoping that drawn card will save him. And it does not. He concedes, says, I have nothing. All right, great game.